Hello there, YouTube. I'll be making a video on making or sort of writing higher register leads for your songs, and sort of a couple different sounds that I like to use. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but it's just a couple different things that I enjoy using. Yeah, so first I'll show you the song without the parts I'm talking about, and then I will show you them with. So here's the part here that I'll be muting, and here's the song without the parts. Alright, so that's the part without the synth lead. And the part with, it's sort of like an arcade sounding synth. I'll show you where you can find it and all that good stuff. So pretty much the bass line that I have looks like this if you open up all the notes at the same time. So it's starting on C, half step, and it's pretty much between C, C sharp, and D. That's pretty much it. It's really simple, but I just sort of found a scale that worked around with it, and the way I did that is I set up a loop, I played, and I opened up my keyboard for this thing. And I just sort of played until I found something I liked, and this is what I got. Obviously it's hard to play that fast on this thing because of the latency. That type of thing. But I sort of found the notes that I wanted to use, and then I sort of made them shorter, made them a little bit more glitchy. So that's the lead part I have there. Then as it gets further, it's more and more like a solo. So you can hear what the whole thing sounds like. And that actually took like a good half an hour to sort of formulate these two lead parts. I started with the notes here that I sort of figured out first, and then I just wrote a solo around it. And I did the same thing. So I set up a loop, and then I just wrote notes in. If you go down to your tools right here and you click in the pencil tool, when you press Command, it'll write in notes, just like that. So I was just writing in the notes, and I just kept looping it until I figured out a sound that I liked. And if you hear, if you have a musical ear, or if you have any experience with sort of chord progressions and notes and scales and how they fit together, I sort of go off the scale here by having that half step. And it sounds really cool, but it sounds off at the same time. So it's sort of a cool little thing you can add. So you can go off the scale, so you can hear what that sounds like. So you hear what I mean. It's not the right note going right there, but it just adds little expression to the song that is something you don't really get with a lot of electronic music. And then on the second solo part, I have a down scale. I have it just do like this crazy like down scale, then like up little solo thing, and it sounds really cool. Check it out. And then it just helps build into the next part of the song. So pretty much, if you're gonna use sort of like an arcade type thing, I would keep it kind of glitchy at some points, or just make it like a crazy solo type thing, or you can do something in between. It's your choice. but this is just how it works for me, and sort of the sound that I like to get when I use this instrument. So pretty much it's a preset in the ES2 called Classic Techno 3. So when you open up your ES2, go down here to Synth Leads, and then Classic Techno 3, it's right there. Classic Techno 1 and 2 are similar sounds, but this is the best one, I think, of the three. And what I do is it's really high pitched, so I cut out the highs a little bit, adding a low pass filter, and then I cut out the lows that I don't need. So so you see what I mean? Like there's some like lower frequencies that you could do without. So I put a high pass filter there and cut them out. So that's one kind of lead that you can use, which is pretty awesome sounding. And then one other kind is sort of like a really chill, like I sort of compare it to the type of sound you'd hear for like a lullaby. It's really soft, and I'll show you that example. I won't have time to open up a separate song and show you, so I'll just show you what it sounds like on its own. Let me see. It's in the ES2. Let me just find the original synth real quick. Alright, so the sound that I'm talking about is the retro pulse. And to find it, when you open up a new instrument, you go down to your setting, you go down to synthesizers, sequence elements, and then retro pulse. It's right there. So what the retro pulse sounds like is something like this. And it's sort of harsh when you hear it at first, and that might not be the sound you're going for, and that's not the one that I'm specifically talking about. So to get the softer, more lullaby, really chill sound, you lower the cutoff a little bit. And then lower the sustain a little bit. And then something else you can do is you can change the EQ a little bit. And it's also, part of it's just like playing around with like different melodies and just messing around with stuff until you get a sound you like. There's no like set way to find a melody that fits your song. It's just about finding a bass line that you like, first of all, and that works, and then just playing around with the notes until you get a sound that you like. So just click record and just play something and figure out what works and what doesn't. That's the biggest part about, I guess, making electronic music, is just playing with the settings, playing with the presets, like making your own sound, but most importantly, just trying new things and like trying your hardest to create something new, create something unique, create a melody that you didn't think would necessarily fit the bass line, but that turned out it did in the end. So it's about experimenting, and then once you sort of grasp that concept and sort of are able to work with that, then you're pretty much good to go. I didn't really make much sense at the end, but you get what I mean, I hope. Yeah, so it's sort of been a random video. I didn't really get that many examples done, but I sort of showed you in the first example sort of how you can use a synth to make like more of a solo type thing. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Message me if you have a request for another video, or leave it as a comment. This has been a little bit of a disjointed tutorial, but whatever. Make sure you comment, rate, and subscribe, and thumbs this up. Alright, thanks for watching.
I'm a big practical joke fan. I love to play practical jokes. I have a great one for you guys if you get to try this, right? Really simple, very effective. Do this next time you're at the airport, right? This is fun to do. You're at the airport and you see somebody waiting for their flight. Okay, they're sitting there reading the paper, whatever, just chilling out. This is what you're gonna do, just like this. You're gonna walk over to them really slow, walk over, alright? Then stand right in front of them. Don't say anything, like wait till they feel you there, you know what I mean? When they finally look up at you, come right in the eyes and go like this. Don't get on the flight.